In a world where old-timey machines from the future rule all of mankind's culture. One man is taken from his reality and put into a twisted steampunk universe.
I fucking hate steampunk.
They killed his dog, and now it's time for him to shoot them all right in the face.
Not in the face! Not in the face!
Your face is booked.
Why does he shoot everyone in the face?
Because a clockwork heart can't replace the real thing.
What does that even mean?
I have no idea. Nothing about steampunk makes a lick of sense. It's like a bunch of goths discovered the color brown.
From the folks who brought you Vixens and Dragonfire, Cobra, 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 and Bob's Your Uncle, Tickety Boom, gives you Keanu Reeves and Rosmand Pike.
I tell you all the time, you will never be able to replace me with a brass and steam contraption.
These steampunkers are like a love child of Hot Topic and BBC costume drama.
They've transported him into another dimension, murdered his family, his neighbors, his dog, were all smug about their costumes, and now they've really pissed him off by replacing his arm with a drill.
You've got too far. I'll deal with you in a bit. A drill bit.
My monocle! And my friggin' eye!
He's Johnny Pneumatic, rust in pieces.
That clock you're wearing? I'm gonna clean it.
Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. We got the Stinker Madness.
Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness. We are back after a brief hiatus. We are in a new studio temporarily, so if we do have a little bit of an echo or the audio sounds not quite as clear and crisp and lovely as usual.
Just sounds like we're in Cuna.
Yeah, it sounds like we're in a country bumpkin town place.
With really high ceilings.
Yeah, really high ceilings. That's what's doing it.
Yeah.
Because
But
we're
it-
in a nice house with high ceilings and
Yeah.
ceiling fan and all that crap.
So if it bothers you, well, just tune in about 4 or 5 weeks.
No, you have to listen to all of these and deal with the echo.
Yeah. Fuck you guys. Just listen to it. Moving on to streaming do's and don'ts. We've got 3 all on Netflix. Sam didn't watch any of these. However, I think you have seen. I
Seen
know
some
you've
of
seen
them?
2 of them.
Okay.
Starting with one we cranked out last night, The Lost Boys.
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous.
I loved this movie
I
when I was
still
a kid.
believe.
Yeah,
you know
I-
what I'm talking about? I
Oh.
still believe the saxophone shit.
Oh, yeah.
That is ridiculous.
It is.
That guy with like the chains and the leather pants and stuff, and he's up there with his ponytail and he's doing the
No
sax.
shirt.
And he's got like hypercolor skin tight pants on as well.
Yeah, that's true because they keep changing color.
It's so dumb.
He's like, what's the front man for the Misfits?
Wait.
Buff guy.
No, Danzig?
Yeah, Glenn Danzig as
It's
a
like-
member of the Village People.
You know, it's like if men could have a child, it would be the child of Glenn Danzig and Kenny G.
Yeah, uh-huh. And then, like, there's headbangers out in the audience, and then he cranks up the saxophone, and they're like, yeah! They're double headbanging, like, grabbing onto each other's shoulders.
And
then
he's humping the
headbanging.
air.
Yeah.
He's humping the air with his saxophone.
Wow, it's sexy. It's very sexy. It's ridiculous. It's a great movie. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Lost Boys
No,
today
Roman-
holds so much water.
Yeah, Roman and I watch it like once every 2 years.
Yeah, it's a great time.
It's a good time.
Nothing has been lost in the decades.
Is a rare sighting of Alex Winter as well.
Yes. He does not have any lines really to speak of.
No, he just looks like cool.
And he's the first one of the vamps to die.
Yep.
Spoiler alert. Alex Winter from Bill and Ted's fame. Bill S. Preston Esquire.
It's really the only time I like Kiefer Sutherland's shtick that is just
He's,
I think that's
painfully
his
him.
best movie is The Lost Boys for his performing.
I couldn't argue with that.
I can't.
I loved it. I loved this movie back in the day, and I love it again.
It's funny. It's a funny movie. Corey Haim is...
One of the Frog Brothers.
No, that's
the fucking
Feldman.
Frog Brothers. The
He
third
is so
one is
overshadowed
so much...
by the Frog Brothers, though. That's the
Yeah.
only one flaw that I would give it is there's not enough Frog Brothers in it.
Yeah, that Haim is overshadowed by Feldman and the other guy.
Yeah.
Well, you know, have you seen the third one?
Yes, I have.
The third one is a lot of fun.
It is. It's really
Because
bad.
it's basically the Frog Brothers, because, like, they made the second one, and it wasn't Feldman that was in charge of it, and, like, after he saw it, he was like, no, we are not going out like that. We're bringing back the Frog Brothers. So the second one, the Tribe or whatever, that shouldn't even be viewed. That shit was like teenage vampire bullshit.
Yeah.
But the third one is fucking rad.
Yeah. No, I like The Lost Boys. I think that's 3 dues from us. It is on Netflix, and I didn't know that it was even on Netflix until just recently.
I think that the Lost Boys is basically stinker must. It's like a what is that must do when it's a stinker? We have a word for that.
A historic stinker.
You will find you and
must do
murder your family and your neighbors and your dog if you do not watch it.
No, that's just taking it to the limit.
One more time.
Everybody
One
to
more
the limit.
time.
Come on,
I actually wanted to do an episode on this, but when we saw it on Netflix, I was so excited to watch it again. I just could not wait. I was like, nah, screw that, dude. We're just going to watch it.
One thing watch it. I really noticed about it, it's a Joel Schumacher film.
Yes.
It's funny that Joel Schumacher sucks, because this is a really, really well-directed film.
You know, I didn't really care for Tigerland, but I think he did a good job with it.
Yeah.
Like, every once in a while, Schumacher does something that's not Batman Forever.
Or Phantom of the Opera.
That was Schumacher?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, so I mean, I can't really say.
It's, but the guy really also, I did notice a lot of, elements of like the circus in this film that carry over to the Batman movies and his other stuff that's very theateresque,
Theatrical.
a vaudevillian, stuff like that.
You know what really impressed me about this movie is that they didn't have some old, shitty, musty book that they were learning about their vampire things.
Yeah, that's
They
nice.
learned from the comic books, and they had comic books on all this stuff, and I just thought that was great.
And it's not overdeveloped like, oh, they became vampires because the Dracula came down and bit one of... No, they're just vampires. They just are vampires. There's no backstory, nothing like that.
Yeah, and the Frog Brothers just are rad.
Yeah.
They need to do a fourth one with more frog. I can't remember what happened. He killed his brother in the last movie.
Because he got changed.
Vampired, yeah. Yeah, that sucks.
Moving on. Next up is The Howling 5.
I have
Rebirth.
not seen The Howling 5.
You're not missing anything.
I wouldn't imagine. That's kind of deep in the series that I really only like the first one.
The fun thing about Howling 5 is that at the very beginning, it says, based on the books Howling 1, 2, and 3, it is not. There are werewolves in it. It has nothing to do with anything else. It is a standalone. It's like Season of the Witch. It isn't stupid in the same way, but it has nothing to do with any of the other movies.
It had a pretty sweet-looking castle in it. And that was
Secret
about
passageways.
That was it. There were some boobs in it, though, Sam. There was a pair of tits in like this.
2, actually.
Yeah.
And yeah.
2 whole boobs.
It's a whodunit, believe it or not.
Oh?
Yeah, it's like one of those dinner theaters that, you always get invited, not dinner
the murder
theater.
mystery parties?
Yeah, murder mystery party that you get invited to and always say, no. It's exactly like that.
You've been invited to murder mystery party?
Everybody gets invited to murder mystery parties.
Not me.
One
Yeah.
married
Apparently,
couple that's
no.
like, let's do the great train mystery this weekend, and you go, ugh.
Friends of the program, Sean and Chelsea, do that all the time.
Oh, see, and I've never been invited. It's been 5 years since I've known them.
It's a Margot thing.
You know what? Up there butting around the corner. I want to be invited this year. I'm going to have to send an angry text.
You should create your own and have it be Who's the Werewolf.
And we could give that person a mask to wear around for the rest of the night with a straw hole for a mouth.
Or just huge poofy hair, because spoiler alert, the lady with the poofy hair in Howling 5 is the werewolf, but it's blatantly obvious. Like, everybody else is so stupid because they disclaim, like, the guy that knows everything is, ancient legend about these werewolves says that it's the one that you never expect. Well, she's upstairs taking a nap the whole time, like, oh, I'm so traumatized, I must go take a nap. So she's not in the film at all while people are getting murdered by werewolves, and nobody thinks that it's her. Nobody. They're like, it's that guy. No, it's you. You! What about the one that's not here right now? The only person in the castle that's not either dead or here.
Hey.
What about that one?
She's taking a nap, dude. That is a solid alibi in my book.
They never played Clue. Big deal, right?
I guess.
I'm going to say don't.
It's borderline, but I think because of the premise, I liked it enough. I'm going to give it a 2. And I like werewolf movies that are stupid. Not glitter werewolves, but...
So are werewolves like the truckers of your monsters? Do you like werewolves more than vampires and anything
Zombies.
else?
mummies.
Yeah, I think the werewolf is kind of underrated.
Yeah, there you go. You like werewolves. That's cool.
I think they're my favorite monsters, other
Okay.
than dinosaurs.
Well, dinosaurs aren't really monsters.
You tell that to a T-Rex that's eating your face.
A Mnemonic, whatever it was called.
Indominus Rex.
That's what it was?
Yeah.
Indomitian Sue.
Yeah, Indomitian Sue. I called it that on accident. Indomitian Sue, the dinosaur. He probably loves it. So there you go. Last but not least, Albert Pyong. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I became friends with Albert Pyong on Facebook this week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I hope he has more than you.
He does. He has like twice as many, which I have a lot of friends on Facebook.
Oh.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah. It's because you're famous from Stinker Madness. Cyborg was the film. And, yeah, you've seen Cyborg, Sam. You own Cyborg, don't you?
I do not own Cyborg, but I've seen Cyborg at least 10 times. And I
fun-
don't like it.
Here's a fun fact. It is the last theatrical canon film before they went bankrupt.
I knew that, actually,
Yeah.
I thought.
Also, Jean-Claude Van Damme stabbed a guy in the eye and then got sued.
Actually, he kicked him. He took his eye out. It's in the scene at the end in the rain when they're fighting outside of those junk cars, and he kicks the guy in the face.
Ooh.
There's like a part of the boot cut the guy's eye in half. It was a real
That's
bad
not really
deal.
JCVD's fault. So his aim's bad.
He kicked the guy in the face.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the thing is that apparently at that time when he was sort of up and coming, he kicked a lot of people in the face.
Sure.
Like, and he was unapologetic about it all the time. So when he kicked that guy's eye out, he made a deal. He's like, no, that's it. He doesn't pull punches. He's kicking everybody in the face. He's a huge dick bag. And he just fucking kicked my eye out. So I'm going to sue him.
There you go. Well, speaking of Van Damme staples, he does not get his butt out in this film.
No, he doesn't.
He does the splits, but he does
I
not get his
also
butt out.
thought that there was a tremendous amount of time between principal photography and release of that film.
This was released in '89. Here's a little bit more backstory about Cyborg. It's actually Masters of the Universe 2.
Yeah.
And so between the time it started was essentially the costumes. They initially made the costumes for Masters of the Universe 2, wrote the script, Masters of the Universe 1 tanks, and they're like, no, what are we going to do with these costumes? And Albert Pyong's like, I can do something with those.
Something with them. And I can really see that because I want you to tell me exactly what happens in that movie.
They go for a walk.
So who are the people?
I don't know.
I don't know. And why are they going anywhere?
Why is it even called Cyborg? Why is the lady a cyborg?
She do anything?
She does not do anything.
And when she gets there, does something happen? And where is there that they get?
Atlanta. I know it's Atlanta.
Yeah, but like the play, like you're supposed to think that like she's the key to something, and they get there and there's something saved,
I have
right?
all the answers for you.
Oh yeah.
I purposely chose to bring up Cyborg because of the movie this week, Johnny Mnemonic. The cyborg is a courier for the cure to the disease. Now, she is given the cure in New York into her brain, her 16 megabyte brain, and then must make it to Atlanta because that's where the facility is to process the cure for the genophage.
Is it specifically 16 megabytes?
No, they don't say that. I'm just using that as a ridiculous number.
The predecessor to the Pretender that they tried to run in the 70s.
Right. So, screw you, dude. I love this movie.
I like it too. I mean, it's hard for me to say I don't like it when I've watched it 10 times, right?
Dude, I've been watching this movie since it came out in '89.
Yeah, I've really watched this movie a lot. I like the Nemesis movies too.
And I love this movie. I mean, it had the same appeal for me that it did the first time I saw it. I really, really liked it. The guy with the blue eyes, that I'm pretty sure that they spray painted his sunglasses black so that you couldn't couldn't see through them. So I'm pretty sure that the guy behind him during all those slow motion walk scenes was like, okay, 3 steps forward. Okay, stop.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. The main bad guy pulling his sunglasses off to reveal, oh, hey, I've got blue eyes.
I know.
Again. Is
I think
so dumb.
He's supposed to be a cyborg, though.
That's what I said, and Jackie's like, no, there's only one cyborg in this film.
Yeah, he's not a cyborg, Sam.
I don't get it.
He's just a giant douchebag who's running a renegade gang.
It is. I think that if Captain America is Albert Pyong's not proudest moment, this has got to be one of his proudest moments.
Well,
'cause
it is.
I love it.
I love this
and
movie.
I love all of the cyborgs and the Nemesis, and he obviously loves them too because he merged them into a final film that bridges the two series together, which I'm pretty jacked about seeing at some point.
Yeah.
What is it?
The last Nemesis is also like, so there's 4 of each, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and 5 is both Cyborg 5 and Nemesis 5. Yes.
Yes, I'm excited for that then.
Yes.
Aren't those
Although
like,
Captain America was not
2013?
dreamy.
I don't know what's...
14. They're pretty new, I thought.
So Nemesis, the first one, that's Oliver Gruner, and that was in the early 90s.
Okay.
I don't know the chronology of when they all come out, and I thought that the one that he just did, I thought he either has just done it or he's still trying to do it.
Yeah, I think it's out. It was either
Okay.
2014 or 2013.
I should ask him now that I'm friends with him
You
on
should.
Facebook.
He's your bro now.
I'm gonna reserve. I know that he's probably gonna answer one of my questions ever, and I'm totally gonna ask about radioactive dreams, and I will say, how much money do you want from me? I'll give you up to $50.
Yeah.
If
You
there's
should,
like a jump starter for getting radioactive dreams restored, I'm all about it.
Why don't we exploit the Albert Peon connection and see if you can get him as a guest on Stinker
I
Madness
would
at
like
some point?
him to guest on Stinker Madness at some point, but we'll see what happens when I ask him about radioactive dreams and offer him money. So
There you go. There's your streaming do's and don'ts. That's 2 do's for sure. Are you a do on Cyborg?
oh, absolutely, I've watched it
Okay.
10 times.
All right. I hate that movie. Do it.
Do it. I don't hate it. It's such a weird movie, but it's great, and I've watched it 10 times. So
It's kind of like I was really crabby about the last movie that we did, and then I was like, well, at the end, yeah, you should probably do it.
All right. Sam, tell us your good neighbors and bad neighbors because it's your pick this week with Johnny Mnemonic.
Is it Neil Anderson?
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
No.
Neil Anderson.
Neo. Is his name Neil Anderson?
Who? Neo? Like, you're doing a Keanu fest.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
All 3 of them.
The one. The one. Yeah.
Well, Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson. I don't know what his first
And
name
so
is.
that's the thing, and I mean, that's the caveat. I'm not being neighbors with the one who would obviously be the worst neighbor ever.
Just Mr. Anderson.
Yeah.
Works
so
in an
before,
office.
Yeah, the guy, Mr. Anderson, that's sort of
Has neighbors that, or guys show up that want mescaline.
yeah.
Wait, so
and
is this
William
Mr.
Gibson novels.
Is this Mr. Anderson before he takes the pill?
Yes.
Or after?
Or-
Before he even, when he just is like a computer programmer.
I'm
that
going
lives
with good
in an
neighbor.
apartment.
Ooh.
Really? Why?
Okay,
He's
all
a
right.
boring ass motherfucker who probably watches Dateline at night and has his microwave dinners. So it's not like he's in there burning shit or trying to make anything fancy to stinking up the place. And he probably just keeps to himself. And he might feed my cat if I had one.
I really think you need to rewatch The Matrix because I think you have no concept of what he's doing before he becomes Neo.
He's breaking the law.
He's a hacker. He's like one of the most wanted in the entire United States.
In the
He
entire fake world.
blasts 9 Inch Nails constantly.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't like 9 Inch Nails, you're not going to be a fan of being Mr. Anderson's neighbor because it's just constant. I got to push the button. I hate that fucking song. I hate that fucking band.
Yeah,
the
I
only
don't really
person on
like
the
it.
planet that hates 9 Inch Nails, Trent Reznor. Actually, Trent's okay, but that shit sucks. I'm going to give him terrible. No.
Terrible neighbor. I'm going with bad neighbor for all of the reasons you just said.
Yeah, don't screw that guy. Crackheads showing up and be like, "It's the only way to fly, bro." Some fucking mescaline. I don't even know what mescaline is.
All right, I take it back. He's a bad neighbor.
Yeah, bad neighbor. Plus, this place is kind of a shithole to begin with. So
Yeah.
it also means that you're living in a shithole, which kind of means you're also probably a tool bag. So he's probably a good neighbor.
I don't know about that. I think that even if you're a shithead and you live in a shitty apartment, you wouldn't want to live next to him. Because he's loud and he's messy.
2 shitheads do not make a non-shithead.
Yeah, just you're a shithead too doesn't mean that you will automatically like a shithead that lives next to you.
Opposites attract.
According to Sylvester the Cat and Paula Abdul.
Wow. Ooh, Paula Abdul.
Paula Abdul.
All right, what else?
Ted Theodore Logan.
There is no question. I totally give this guy good neighbor.
Now,
Who is he?
Bill, we already said Bill S. Preston Esquire and Ted Theodore Logan.
yeah.
And together they are wild stallions.
Oh, okay, now I get it. Okay, so
Yeah.
good neighbor, because he would be super entertaining.
Now, Ted Theodore Logan at 45.
Oh, no, annoyance. Perverted annoyance.
I beg to differ because as we learn through Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, when they become
Wild Stallions.
gentlemen of the future, they saved the planet, and they're like the most revered humans in all of history.
They'd be
They're
excellent.
bigger than Jesus.
Be excellent to each other. Would you want to live next to Jesus?
I
I think that would suck.
Yeah.
I would not want to be neighbors with Jesus. I think he would probably be really nice and everything, but
I can't believe we've been playing this game for like 5 years
And nobody
we've
pulled
never
out
done
Jesus?
Jesus until
Yeah,
just now.
yeah.
he would call the cops on you.
Jesus?
Yes.
No, he wouldn't. He would just talk to you, and he would make sense, and then you'd feel bad.
A never-ending
That's
supply
true.
of fish and
All
wine.
the time.
Never-ending supply of
Yeah.
fish and wine.
He
And bread.
Or Ted Theodore Logan.
he
Let's,
would change your life for the positive every day, and you would fucking hate it.
I really wanted to be late for work today, but you fixed my spare tire before I could get out here.
Well, I kind of think that that's what Ted Theodore Logan's
Yeah.
going to do to you as well. Is like you should be excellent to one another and quit yelling at Larry about the length of his grass.
But I don't think he'd do it in the same way. Like, he'd be like, "Oh, well, if you don't want to go to work today, you don't have to go to work today."
so
And then
I would never
you'd
go
be
to
like,
work. I would just hang out with Ted all the time.
"No," he'd be like, "You probably have to go to work tomorrow and the day after that, but maybe today you should just stay home."
You know, that doesn't sound like Ted's fault. That sounds like your fault if your life is getting fucked up because Ted wants to
Because-
bro down all the time.
Yeah, that's not your fault.
Yeah.
It's not his fault.
It's not his fault. I'm sticking with good neighbor.
I'm thinking good neighbor.
Yes.
Officer Jack Travern.
Oh, God.
What
damn
movie is this
it.
from?
Speed.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
No.
die.
No. No.
No.
I'm just going to go no over and over and over again. No. No. You just want to kick this? No.
You don't like him?
You don't like Officer Jack
I
Travern?
No.
love him.
No, I don't.
absolutely love
I
him.
can-
He's one of my favorite characters of all time.
Yeah, I can.
I would give him my poopy face all the time. I'd be like, no.
Oh, he's well. Guess
Go
what?
away,
Here's your
no.
problem. He's got the better poopy face.
Oh, he's got a poopy face.
Yeah, that's you lose every time. Like, oh, that's what you're gonna do. Ooh, and then you'd be like, God damn it, I can't even out poopy face this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd be even more pissed. I'd be like, no, I don't like you.
I
No.
really like Officer Jack Travern.
No.
I don't know about him as a neighbor, but
Yeah,
he's a character. He's
neighbor.
great.
Oh, man.
You have to look at that.
Drama follows this guy.
Speed is sort of the singular point that Keanu Reeves becomes the deal that he is.
Yeah, he coalesces.
Yeah, like that's the
The
culmination
the
of the
heavens
Reeves.
open up, and the
Yeah.
the trumpeting people go, and then the oracle has been fulfilled.
Yeah, I'll talk about it a little later, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna go bad neighbor on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go bad neighbor too, just because I don't know that
he's a loose cannon.
He's a loose cannon, but he's at the same time he's a really good cop,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just loose enough that there's a chance that your house is going to get exploded by Dennis Hopper.
It's like, yeah, exactly. But at the same time, it's like the Sunny group without anybody but Charlie. He's just by himself. He is the wild card.
Yeah.
Like usually you need a wild card in a group of people. He's just the wild card of Earth.
Yeah,
So I'm out on him.
you're out on you never know what's going to happen
I
with
never know what's
Travern.
going to happen with that guy.
You're going to not see him for 3 weeks, and then you're going to come home and there's going to be a forklift in
He's
your
gonna
front.
be like, pop quiz, hot shot. Do you have any sugar?
You're like, there's a forklift stuck in your house when you come home. You haven't seen him in 2 weeks, and he's standing out there. There's a dead guy, and he just looks up, and his only explanation is, "I had to kill that guy." Like in my house.
I've been using your address now for 6 weeks.
You live next door. Yeah, I know.
Did you get my ABBA Gold CD? I ordered that off Amazon.
No, he's still got BMG.
Columbia
He's
Records.
still getting Columbia House and BMG.
And he's the guy. He's the guy that doesn't. He's bad about it, and so he has like his CD collection is whatever they mailed him, the choice of the month
Yeah,
from BMG.
exactly.
And so you go into his house, and he's got all these fucking CDs that don't make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah, no, that's totally him. There you go. Good neighbor, bad neighbor. Sam, tell us about Johnny Mnemonic.
Johnny Mnemonic was made in 1995.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I have chosen Johnny Mnemonic. It's fun to you can say it fine until
Johnny
you try
Pneumatic.
to read it, and
Yeah.
it doesn't. It's spelled so unphonetically.
Monomona.
It's spelled
Do-do-do-do-do.
Mnemonic.
Johnny Mnemonic.
Yeah. I have chosen Johnny Mnemonic for two very specific reasons. Item one, it will be the Stinker Madness debut of one Keanu Reeves.
Yes, and I expect to see more of this man.
Yes. The spelling of Keanu Reeves does not create a grammar alert in Microsoft Word. That is when you know that you're a big fucking deal. When Microsoft Word puts you in the dictionary, the other actors in here, including one Dolph Lundgren, It's a grammaric error in Microsoft Word.
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren is not Keanu Reeves in the dictionary. Dolph Lundgren, fuck off.
Yep.
That's Microsoft's word. In Microsoft's words.
Well, it
So-
could have been because of Christopher Reeves.
Well, Reeves,
No,
sure, but
Keanu.
Name another guy named Keanu.
It's not a word. There's nobody else named it, and it's in the fucking dictionary.
It's Mukalakawaki Hiki
Yeah.
for sweet dude.
Comes with the program. He's a big deal. Keanu Reeves is the acting version of the mediocre quarterback of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. In today's NFL, teams won't sit through 7 years of their starting quarterback having a 60 passer rating. In the 60s, 70s, and 80s, that crap happened all the time. I am looking at you, Trent Dilfer. Though the possibly talented Mr. Reeves is certainly no Dilfer, he is a bit of a Vinny T. People remember Testaverde for the Jets and the Midnight Miracle. They forget about the previous 8 years where he was painfully underperforming at every stop. But we're better for Vinny T, and we're better for having Keanu Reeves in America, even though he's a Canadian who was born in Israel.
That's quite the comparison. Oh, with
we
major
can't trust
Hawaiian
him.
descent as well.
You cannot trust him.
So Keanu Reeves basically figured out how to act in front of us.
Right.
On television.
Yeah, sure.
He
And
was
up
in
to the
TV?
point, well, on our TVs and on our theater screens.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was
okay.
He was on General Hospital for a few episodes, I thought.
Was he?
Yeah, I thought so.
I'm going to call Speed a fine performance. I think Speed is sort of where he figures it out for the most part.
For the most part, yeah.
For the most part, I think that's the point where he's like, I'm in a movie. I should act like it.
Yeah.
That's there's some anomalous performances like Ted Theodore Logan. He does a good job, but who knows if that's actually just him being him. There's a really good chance that's him being him
Don't
as a
forget
young
that
man.
immediately after Bogus Journey, I think immediately after Bogus Journey, or maybe it was right before, was Parenthood, where essentially he plays Ted Theodore Logan with Steve
He doesn't
Martin
do good.
No, he does terrible.
Yeah.
But then he did like a series of roles that were even less popular than Parenthood, where he just plays Ted Theodore Logan, like, I'm dating your daughter!
Yeah. And he
That was
also
very
was
Nicolas Cage.
in a little bit.
That's
Yeah.
basically the same impression.
He was also good in My Own Private Idaho, but that was probably just because Gus Van Sant was able to do something with him. I would venture to guess there's probably like a mile of film on the cutting room floor of post takes from Point Break where Busey just turns to him and goes, "You know you're in a movie, right?"
Hey, Bullhorn!
And then he's like, "Yeah." And then Busey just goes, "Huh." This is actually following Speed in his filmography. And though he realizes he's in the movie, there are some kinks that are still getting worked out with the whole acting thing. I think his finest delivery of any group of lines is actually in this movie when he's bitching about not having creature comforts anymore. There are some moments where he sort of goes back to the Keanu Reeves from Little Buddha and Babes in Toyland. Remember him in Babes in Toyland?
Yes, I do.
He's not good.
No, he's not.
No.
He's not good.
What
Oddly,
was he in Babes in Toyland?
he's the dude.
Yeah.
He's the main guy.
Really?
Yeah.
That's him?
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He knows presents.
Oddly, his nickname, The Wall, was given to him for outstanding performance as a hockey goalie and not for his particularly rigid portrayal of Don John in Much Ado About Nothing. Because I think that's the worst he ever does.
The Bram Stoker's, when
He's better.
What's his name? Bram Stoker's was
Jonathan
pretty,
Harker.
Yeah, pretty wooden as well.
I liked him in Bram Stoker's. I thought he was pretty good.
He in
Because
Much
John
Ado-
Harker is supposed to be a straight-laced dude, and I think that he pulls that off.
Little wooden.
He's not just wooden in Much Ado About Nothing. He's like completely wooden, and then at certain points he's just looking around like he doesn't know whether they're filming or not.
Well, he's got no strings to hold him down.
Like, well, we all can admit he's a little bit of a late bloomer as acting is concerned. He seems to have figured it out, though, as he was pretty goddamn solid in John Wick. And it should be noted that he made his directorial debut 2 years ago with Man of Tai Chi, and I consider that to actually be the best tournament fighting movie ever made. Sure, that's not a, giant mountain to climb, but it's still, I think, the best one that's ever been made. Item 2. This film involves something that Stinker Madness has not yet seen that is a hallmark of shitty movies. Visual representations of the internet.
Oh, yes. Oh, God.
We
damn
finally
it.
got there, and this is how I'm going to get us there.
This is one of my least favorite
Oh yeah,
cliches
but I
of
think that this
movie.
is the best movie to watch for us versus I think we would struggle with The Lawnmower Man.
Yeah, probably.
So really, Sam, you're taking us to a world that... Wait, what's that again? to go nowhere where no man has gone before. Oh God,
And
never mind.
shouldn't
Edit that out.
Woo! Apparently, if movies like this one on the Lawnmower Man are correct, the internet looks like Tron had diarrhea in my eyes. Keanu will swim
You
through
know,
that...
I'm not going to lie. The internet actually is like that. It doesn't look like that. It is just that.
That's what it is?
Yeah, the internet just
a
is
bunch of grid
diarrhea
lines
into my brain.
into your eyes. Just a bunch of pink lines.
All of my senses are getting filled with icky brown poop.
Where does all
speckles of
this
green.
porn fit on those pink lines? You can't see the pink lines anymore. It's just covered in porn.
Maybe going into the monolith is like the internet.
I don't know. I know that you can't go into the internet like they do it in the movies. It's
Yeah.
too stupid.
Yeah.
I think the worst of it is hackers.
Oh, God.
I think hackers is the worst of it.
Yeah, that's pretty dumb.
This is pretty bad, though. And this is also, I didn't put this at item 3. Item 3 would be that this is the 20-year anniversary of Johnny Mnemonic.
Oh, it is.
And, I love visiting high-tech shit, like, 20 years later. You're like, wow, CDs. We don't even have those anymore. And this is supposed to be, like, 50 years in the future, right? So, yeah, we're going to take a blast through the past of the future.
It's so dumb because, God damn it, like, where are you in the internet? Like, are you in a cable? When you go into the internet,
They
like,
don't-
are you inside
Yeah.
of, like, a fiber optic cable? Because I don't think people knew how the internet worked.
Oh,
back
no,
then.
it was all very exciting, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I think that the stuff that
I'm
you're
on a hard drive.
that you're basing it on, the William Gibson stuff, he doesn't, like, fly through the internet in his novels. It's just somebody who was like, we have to figure out how to do it on screen, and they fucking came up with just a crappy version of Tron.
No, nobody can go into the internet. Just
Yeah.
don't do it.
Just don't
You
do
can't
it.
go into it. You can be on it. You can't be in it.
Robert Longo directed the film. He's a painter and a sculptor who directed various music videos and an episode of Tales from the Crypt, and then this film. He is quoted as saying, "Film kicks your ass," and has not returned to feature directing. He also did the album cover for the Replacements album Tim, which I like. It's a good album.
That is a good album.
Yes, it is.
The one with Fast and Loose on it, I think.
I think it is. Maybe?
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, the film deviates from the short story significantly, as the short story is a backstory to the character Molly Millions from William Gibson's Sprawl trilogy. She's like the only character that's in all 3 of the novels. Though being the main character in the source material, the closest thing to her in this movie is the character Jane, because the Neuromancer has been optioned and in development hell for about 20 years, and somebody owned the rights to Molly Millions, which doesn't matter because you would still have to make her the main character, and they didn't even do that. Reeves beat out Christopher Lambert
Oh, man. They should have teamed up for
for
that
the role
shit.
of Johnny, as Val Kilmer had already turned it down for Batman Forever.
That was a mistake.
I
Was
don't
it?
think so.
I don't know.
I bet you that movie made... This one flopped.
This one
I know
didn't do
that this
well,
one
yeah.
flopped. Batman Forever made a buckets.
I think I've seen Johnny Mnemonic, but you know, it's like one of those movies that I just don't really remember what the hell is.
1996, and I was like, this seems like not the internet.
Yeah. They kind of minimize the internet business, but there is enough of it that it's like, good God. The film was produced by Academy Award-winning producer Don Carmody. He won his Oscar for Chicago, so fuck him.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck him right in his stupid face.
Dina Meyer takes her shirt off again.
Again.
So there are boobs in this movie.
Yeah, draw
Actually-
those ones from memory.
Yeah, actually, this might be the first time she does it. This is her feature film debut.
God, where did I just see Dina Meyer the other day? I was like, holy shit, it's Dina Meyer. She's doing something. It
Taking
was
her
like
shirt off?
No, it was on like a TV show, like one of those like AMC shows or something
Huh.
like that. She wasn't good.
No. Our old pal Dolph Lundgren shows up for one of his most unique and memorable performances. Ice-T shows up and sucks as bad as ever. Keep an eye out for Henry Rollins.
Henry Rollins.
Udo Kier.
Yeah. Udo Kier.
And one of my favorite Japanese directors, Takeshi Kitano. I contributed to the $19 million this movie made domestically against a $26 million budget.
Good for you.
I also bought the VHS and have seen it at least 20 times. I don't think I've watched it in 15 years, though.
Yep.
I'm super excited though that Lundgren's in this movie. Now that you've said that, I'm like,
But not Udo Kier.
nah, screw that guy.
And Ice-T, who sucks.
No, Dolph Lundgren. I am a diehard fan of that guy now.
So Lundgren...
After we've done some movies with him in there,
I think he's
I'm like,
leading for
yeah.
most appearances on Stinker.
Oh, absolutely.
Stallone's
Like-
got 4, and I think this will make Lundgren's 5th.
Yeah, Lundgren lives here.
Yeah.
yeah, Lundgren. Oh man, I'm a big fan now. I wasn't before, but man, now I'm like, ooh, Dolph Lundgren's in this movie. I'm in.
Yeah.
So is that what you got?
That's what I got.
All right. Well, we're going to close this episode out with a little listener feedback. So this week, I heard from on Twitter, @Signals of Fury. They called us podcasting movie gods.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did they say after
Podcasting
that?
moving gods. That's
Of
it.
the toilet.
Yeah. So, eat shit, Paul Scheer and Jason Mantzoukas. I bet you've never been called a god.
Wait, what was that guy from Montana? Mark
Mark
Montana.
You're just always, like, that was episode 6, and you're just, a year and a half later, you're never going to let Mark Montana go.
That guy can suck my dirty...
Yeah, I bet you he's never been called a podcasting god. Z-Grade Reviews, @Z-Grade Reviews, well, that's Z-E, regarding Can't Stop the Music says... The Do the Milkshake video is enough to drive anyone back into the closet.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought that was the least gayest part of the movie.
Yeah, me too, but I liked it.
YMCA
I loved it.
sequence is so bad.
Dongers. I mean, young men.
Young jackpot.
And Bad Movie Sunday 1 says, I was going to praise you on the Stinker Madness movie intros in regards to how much they make me laugh and how much time is put into them. Until you badmouth Repo the Genetic Opera.
Oh, boy.
Oh, blow it out your ass.
I fucking love that film. You broke my little heart. I may get motivated and bombard you guys with hybrid Stinker Madness Repo memes.
That's fine. I
Oh,
would like
right.
that.
Fine. I would like that too.
I would totally like that.
Yeah.
I have yet to see any.
Yeah.
From our friends in Australia. But, yeah, so we dare you. We double dog dare you to
Here.
give us your Repo Stinker Madness memes.
In the spirit of the Repo Stinker Madness, I will sing you the
What?
one song that I remember from the Repo Man of the Genetic Opera.
This is making zero sense.
17, you could kiss my ass. I'm 17, and I'm gonna do what I want. So go fuck yourself. I'm 17.
It's not a very good song.
It was something like that. Maybe
not
I'm,
nice at
I'm
all.
flying off the cuff on that one.
Oh.
I'm just going to go ahead and say that the winner of the Stinker Madness Repo the Genetic Opera meme off will get a digital signed headshot of one Sam.
Yeah.
Ooh, Sammy.
Still out there.
And
with
depending
a
on how-
beard,
depending
with
on-
a beard or no beard, because that
that's
drives
up
up
to
the
Sam,
price.
You know what? If it's good enough, it'll get the mariachi mustache photo. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, mariachi
Now that is a
mustache.
treat.
It is.
Well, also, I want to plug one thing. If you do want to talk to us, be sure to email us at talk@stinkermadness or go to our new subreddit at reddit.com/r/stinkermadness and talk there about each of the movies that we review. In the meantime, get to the chopper. Thank you for listening to Stinker Madness. If this is your first time, we hope you enjoyed it and will come back to listen more. But now, we'd like to ask all of our listeners for a small favor. We aren't ranking as high as we'd like, and we need your help. Would you please take just a couple of minutes to rate and review us on your preferred listening platform, be it iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever else you can. It takes many hours each week to bring you this show, and just a couple seconds of your time is a huge help for us. And for those of you that have already done this, we say thank you.